What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and I thought it'd be fun to do a little live stream with me working on my latest version of the Master Playbook. I have plans on working on the version 3 anyways today, so I figure why not just have people watch me do it. We can talk, chat, do all that good stuff while I work on some new plays, because I got to get version 3 out there for people to start using. And I'm nowhere near close to finishing it. I'd like to get about 100 plays done. So we're going to let a few people come in here before I get started. I need to check a couple things first. Let me go here. YouTube Studio. And we're going to go over to content. We're going to go over here. We're going to do that. I'm going to click on this. And we're going to click on this and this. I always have to, I can't save this stuff. I wish it would let me save it, but it won't. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back to edit, and we're going to go back to here. Click yes for that. Click save. And I think we're good to go. So what you have in front of you is the playbook editor. This is what I use to create these plays. Joshua Dixon, aka JD Halfrack, is the one who created this. Dude is much smarter than I ever could be trying to put this together. Just an amazing app that he created where we can change up the plays, move routes around, stuff like that. And that's what you see over here on the left. And over here on the right, I have just a reference from the website. These are all the offensive plays in NCAA Football 06. I kind of have to go by that so I can see what originally was to make sure I can, kind of go back and forth when creating new things. So what I have is a list, and one thing I can show you, I only have so much screen space, but over here to my right, I have the Master Playbook Changes list. This is where I keep all of my information. Welcome in, Edward. And this is where I keep all this stuff. So every time I create a play or whatever changes I do make, I'll make sure I put it here. And this is the same thing that you see over on the main page when you want to download one of these versions. But I got to keep this over here. We're going to do that. And on my agenda today is formations. I'm at the point where all I'm working on now is just going formation by formation and updating plays as best I can along the way. And I have a bunch of shotgun formations. I got gun trips over, and you can see about right here. I got to do trips over. I got to do gun 5 wide. I'd like to get gun bunch done today and gun 2-back slot. These are all formations that are all pretty popular. On top of these are formations that I am currently using in my playbook. So it makes sense for me to just go ahead and work on these. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start off with gun trips. That's at the top of my list. So over here on the website, on this page, I'm going to go down to my table of contents. I'm going to go to gun trips, select that, and it'll take a little while for that to load up. And there it is. So I'm going to work on all these plays. Now, all the run plays I have already fixed. So you come over here to the editor. I already had this opened up. Like when you open the editor, nothing pops up. It's just a blank. And you go over to Playbook. If I don't let me do it, if I could go to Open Playbook, and I just go to my Master version 3 file, which is where I'm at now. So let's go to Formation. I'm going to go to Shotgun. I'm going to go to Gun Trips. And this is kind of like my process with this. Now, the first play I'm going to work on is gun trips corners, which you see over here at the very top left, actually, yeah, on this screen or on this page. And it just comes down to me, what are the best routes that work well together? What routes work well in general in the game? And what parts do I not like about the play? So, for example, like with this play, I got the halfback blocking force, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem with that is when you're playing against man, this slant route is really useless because the defender who is defending the halfback is just going to sit there, and essentially that slant gets double teamed. So that's not a very good route to use, or at least I can change this halfback. So we have a little hitch route right here. What I've thought about doing is maybe turning that to a post route, or I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this flag route because you really can't get him open all that well. What I may do is turn that into a wheel route of some sort. So let's just try that. I like having the slant over the middle. That's a good center beater against zone. So what I think I may do is I think I'm going to turn this route into a wheel. So what I'm going to do is go over here. This is the default playbook in the game, and this is why I really need this info over here so I can go and find the wheel route I need. For example, we're already here in this formation. I can go to PA inside and get this route over here. So we're going to go over to shotgun. We're going to go over to trips. We're going to go over to PA inside right there, and I'm just going to select that route. I got that route selected, so now we can just replace selected route, and then we got that. So I'm okay with that. So now the next thing is, do we want to keep that hitch route as is? I actually don't mind it. We may leave it as such. I think we may leave it like that, possibly. Let me think. What's a good thing we can do here? I think what I may do is, I think I may turn that to a go route instead. Let me go to halfback out. Let me go to halfback out. Well, let's select this. I'm going to change this to a go. Let's change that to a go. And what we can do now is probably turn this guy. I want to turn him into an eligible receiver. I want to turn him probably into a flat route to the left, probably, or like a flare route. I may try that. Wow, thank you. Thank you for contributing. Thank you so much, Stairway to 7. Awesome. I can't thank you enough. Let's go and try. Where is a good flare? Let's go to gun 2-back slot. I'm going to go here, and we're going to, yeah, right here. That's a good one right here. We're going to select that, and I want to have the halfback over here. I'm okay with that. That should not get in the way of that flare or the slant. So I like the spacing there because we already got a little short zone beater right here. So because of that, you know, that wheel route may actually be better. So I think I'm going to go back to that. I can see that. Now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. We're going to go back here. Let's go back to PA inside. I think I'm going to turn that back into a wheel. This guy right here. Hopefully they don't conflict with each other when we actually call the play. That's the only downside to this is it's a lot of trial and error. I'm going to turn that to a wheel. That's going to stay as a hitch, but I think I'm going to change that hitch. I'm going to give that a different hitch. I'm going to go over, if you go over to like gun white trips, we'll scroll down here. You see flanker screen. I like, it's a screen essentially, it's a little screen route. I like that one a whole lot better. So it's just quicker. It's better than the little taller hitch. So we're going to go to gun white trips, and we're going to go to flanker screen. And I'm going to select that route. We're going to select this guy, and we're going to swap him. And we're going to give him that one. I like that a little bit better. So I'm liking the spacing a little bit better. I am okay with this route being as is. I think I'm okay with all that. And I think I'm going to keep that as corners. I think I'm okay with leaving it as corners. So I think we're going to save it as such. So I'm not going to change the name. So I'm going to go ahead and do like a Control S. So that's going to save that. So I got to go over here, or otherwise I'm going to forget it. We're going to go gun trips, and I'm just putting in the information. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Gun trips. We're going to go to corners, and then I'm going to leave a new name. We're not going to bother with that. Then right here, what we're going to do is I switch. We're going to put, let's go flare with the halfback, and then we're going to go with a screen with a wide receiver number 2, technically. So we're going to save that, and that's the only thing I really changed there. Everything else I kind of like, and I can always go back to it later, but I like the spacing of it better. If that hitch wasn't there, I could have turned this into a swing, but I got plenty of swing routes in some of these formations, so I'm okay with the way I got that set up. So I kind of like every bit of that. That looks pretty cool. So let's just go on to the next play. And that's all it really takes. So once you save it, and once you go through enough of them, then you can export it or import it to your ISO file, which we'll do a little bit later. Next up is QB choice. I've already fixed that. There's nothing I really got to do there. I fixed the blocking there. So let's go to PA read. This should be an interesting one, if I can go to it. PA read. Now, what do I not like about it? First of all, I can go ahead and tell you I'm not a big fan of this formation right here. Formation, this round, this curl round is just not very good. It gets stuck. The defender can pick it off pretty easily. I like the idea of turning that to like a big crossing route. Now, there's a couple different crossing routes. The one that I really like that's incredible against man, that's actually pretty deep, is one out of Ace, big tight end wide receiver, and that is PA rollout maybe? Nope, it is probably PA tight end choice. Yeah, Yes, no, that ain't it. Oh, I need to go to the default one. That's not it either. Maybe that's one I fixed. Well, let's just go look it up. Let's go up to the very top. Let's go find it. Let's go ace, big, tight end, wide receiver. Oh, no, it's out of the wrong formation. I know where it's at. Let's go ace, 4, wide receiver, trips. And let's go PA, rollout. This one right here, that big crossing route right there is incredible against man. Now, let me answer this question. Curious if you've had the CPU some of your plays against you, and if so, what happened? Yes, a lot of them use the plays. I mean, we all share the same plays depending on the formation, and the result is the CPU plays it better than what they did with the original play, because I'm making the routes better. I'm making the plays better in general. I'm giving better route spacing. So it's making it harder for me going up against a team that's using the play. I haven't seen anything really funky, not yet technically. So it's a big plus. This is one of the major pluses of updating these plays, because both I and the CPU can use them. And thankfully the CPU is doing a really good job with those. So let me go up to here. This is what I'm talking about. This route right here, PA rollout, this big deep crossing route. I really like that one. So we're going to switch this right here and give it that one. I like that. Next up, I'm okay with this flare route. That works great. The zig out is good. This corner route is not. It just doesn't help a whole lot. Yes, it's a flood concept, but the way NCAA 06 works, especially against zone, you can never really hit that corner route like ever. And you don't need 2 deep routes to distract that corner for the zig to get open underneath. I like this open space right here. Honestly, what I kind of like is if he done a crossing route himself, or maybe like a dig of some sort. So I'm going to go find a basic dig that can attack this area to give us better route spacing. So let's go to gun. Let's go to, I know which one I want. Let's go to gun trips. Again, let's go to halfback out. I like this basic dig. Let's go with this one right here. And now you got better spacing. Got a nice little triangle read right here. You can attack this area, down here, down there, so on and so forth. And I don't think this go route will affect this deep crossing route. I don't think it will. I think I like that setup, though. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. I think that's all I need there. Now, when it comes to PE reads in this game, I tried to do more of a running version. Like, I would love to change these to run blocking, but it doesn't work very well. Because it's still like a pass play. If I turn it to a run, that you can't throw the ball. It's just best if you treat PE reads in this game as actual play action. So I'm going to leave that as such. So let's go, and I'm going to go ahead and say this one more time. My short-term memory is terrible. We're going to do that. I'm not going to change the name. We're going to keep it as PE read, but I do need to go over here to my notes. We'll do that, and we're going to go over here. Let me just see what I've done. Oh, you don't have to see me type it out. Let's go. I'm going to click, do a lot of copy and paste. We're going to go PA read. PA read there. We don't have a new name for it. We change, we're going to do cross for wide receiver 1. We're going to do comma. We're going to do space. And the only other thing I changed was for wide receiver 4, got a dig. So we're just going to go dig and wide receiver 4. Save that puppy. All right, now to the next play. So once you kind of get in the groove of things, it don't take too long, as long as you kind of know what you're looking for. And I really don't know what I'm looking for until I look at the play, and then I'm just trying to figure out what routes kind of work best together. So next thing we have, let's go back up top here, go to gun trips. We fix those. Let's go to angle. Angle has been a play I've always wanted to use, but it doesn't work all that great against zone, except in a couple of spots. Now, for me, when I am going up against zone, we're going to go to angle. The biggest problem I've had is this play doesn't have a good short side zone beater, just a little safety valve to get you out of a bind if needed. It doesn't have one. I wish it did. So what we can do with that is very simple. The only thing I really want to change here, I love the angle route. That's a good way to attack above your center. I love the deep post. I love the go. I think all that works great. They work together. This out route to the short side, because I consider this like a right hash play, I'm going to change this guy to another hitch, or that little screen. So we're going to go back to gun wide trips. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go flanker screen. I'm going to select that dude again. We're going to select this one. And that's all I'm going to do. Now we got a little short side zone beater just to get us out of a jam if needed. Then we can really attack zone with this guy, with that guy, with the post. And then we can attack man with all 4 of these guys to the far left. That's a really killer play, and all I had to do was just change one route. So I really like that setup. So we're going to select that. We're going to click OK. I'm going to go back over here and make my note. Otherwise, I will forget. And it helps. I assume the people who are using these files are looking at this list and seeing what I actually fixed. It helps me at least. Well, we're going to go, it's called Angle. I am not going to change the name. I kind of like it as is. We didn't do anything too drastic with it. And I'm going to go Screen, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go Wide Receiver 2. Simple. Save. All right. On to the next play. We're on a roll. Now, next is Speed Option. And let's go over here. We already done speed. There's really nothing I got to do with Speed Option. It's a very good play. There's nothing wrong with it, so I'm going to leave it all that as is. So, Slot Screen, this is one that I could do something with. For example, let's go up to that. Let's go to Slot Screen. I've already fooled around with this one. Now, I think I'm going to change something. I like this little angle route by the receiver, but I've had some problems with it. A lot of times, the biggest reason is that whoever's defending this halfback is sitting right there against man, or when they are in man. So when you go right here and he's not moving anywhere, he is just going to sit there, and he could get right in front of this thing and pick it off. So I have not liked this. I think I may just turn that to like a little zig out of some sort. I think that's a simpler way to handle that. A little safer too. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go to gun. Let's go to my favorite one. Let's go to gun ace. And it is double tight end outs, maybe? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. I'll have to look it up here in a minute if I don't. Let's see. It should be the middle choice. Oh, it's slant out. Yes. You got both of them. You got the one going to the left and one going to the right. Unfortunately, you can't flip these when you need it, so you got to find your lefty and a righty. But we're going to select this one. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to switch those. And now you got a safer man beater on the back side. Then you got your zone beater with your screen. So I like every bit of that. So let's go over here, make my notes, go back to gun trips, do that. We're going to go back to slot screen, put that in there, leave that as is, and I'm going to change, we'll just call this slant out. And this goes to wide receiver number 1, and we're good to go with that. So we're moving right along with our improvements here. Next up, we're going to go wide receiver drag. This is one I've always wanted to fix. Let's go and select it. Wide receiver drag. The only problem with this one, it takes so long for that drag to come all the way over. But you can motion him over if needed. Now, I think the spacing of a lot of this is really good. The only thing I'd probably need to fix is 2 things. I don't think I need to fix the halfback. I actually think he's okay. We already got a short side zone beater coming this way. Our man beaters will be away enough from his defender. One thing I want to change is this guy right here. It's kind of a waste to have him and this guy being so close to each other on those slants or those posts, more or less. So we're going to change that. Let's go to gun. Let's go gun spread. We'll go deep attack. Just pick a go route. I think that works a little bit better. Spacing is just a little bit better. I like that. I could turn this guy to a post, but I actually really like that route right there. Just unique, and it gets open pretty well against cover 0 at least, but I could turn that into a post if needed, but I think we're going to be okay. I may want to turn this into another flare, though. Let's just go ahead and try that. Let's go. We can do it from gun P read. Let's change this guy to this. We're going to change him that, and we're going to make him eligible, and just like that. And I did forget to add the eligible part for the angle. Is that the one? No, it's corners. I'm going to put that in parentheses. I'm going to put just eligible. Not doing it in all caps. That way I don't scream at you. Eligible. Do something like that. Okay. Now let's go. And I think that's all I'm going to change for that one. I like the spacing of everything right here. I think it's going to work out pretty well. The only thing that worries me just a little bit is I don't know if this flare route's going to work with this crosser. I don't know if they're going to get like I'm not really sure, but I'm okay with that for now. So let's go do gun trips, do that. This is wide receiver drag. And I'm going to leave it as is because technically you got a drag route in there. The biggest thing, I'm going to change, that's a flare route for the halfback. We're going to do this and go with halfback. I'm going to make him eligible. Kind of write down these notes, otherwise you'll forget what you've done later. And go route for wide receiver 2, and that's it. I think the spacing's a whole lot better there. So I think we're good to go with that one. We'll go playbook save successfully. And I think what I'm going to do is once I get through a lot of these formations, then I'm going to go into the game and practice some of them. But we'll do that later. It's easier if you just kind of do a bunch of them at once. Then you can go back and make your notes later. Next up, we got halfback draw. We've already fixed that. We're going to go... It is halfback dive now, and it works really well, and I love that. It's really changed our shotgun run game big time, to say the least. I had to take a swig of water there. Next up is PA inside, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to change anything with this one. We're going to select here. We're going to go PA inside. I love the route spacing on everything. I think every bit of that is just excellent. You got a good zone beater over the middle against cover 2. You can hit your drag route, the dig, and attack that too if you get enough time to throw it. I think every bit of that is really good. I've never had any problems with this play, so I'm actually not going to change it at all. It's one of the few plays in this formation where I don't think I have to touch, so I'm ready to move on from that one. Next is all curls. Let's look at that one. All curls. This may be one I may change later. Now, I thought I already had Y stick in here. Do I already have stick? I don't think I've changed anything in this formation. This may be our stick concept, just because it's so close to it anyways. So I think that's what we're going to do. The only thing we'll have to change, this is a swing route. I'm going to leave that. This probably needs to be a go route. That way you got your triangle read, your stick concept. So let's change. We already got a go route over here, so let's change that with that. I like the stick there. I don't know if that curl is too deep. We may need to change that to something else. Let me look at gun spread over here. I think we already had something. No, let me go gun normal. Gun normal, if I'm not mistaken. I like this little curl route a little bit better. Over here, maybe. Is that the one? The all curls from gun normal. That's the one I like. Let's go to gun normal. Let's go to all curls. And it's this formation, or this route. I like it better. It's not as steep. So I'm going to select that. So we're going to do something like that. So now we got a little bit better spacing right here. Now the only thing I really want to change is I'm going to turn this guy into like an out route of some sort. Or a zig or something. This is all short base stuff. So by the time they're not open, I can come over here maybe. So we can do like a basic zig out instead of a slant out. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Not necessarily. Welcome in, Alex. Let's go gun trips. We'll go right here. Not tight. We want to go gun trips. I can go back to this one right here. That's fine. I don't think it really matters. Because you need a decent man beater over there of some sort. I'm okay with that. I think I like every bit of that pretty well. So we're going to turn that to sticks. I think I may even change the name for this one. I'm just going to call it stick. I can call it Y stick. How about that? That's what most people know it for. Let's go Y. We're going to replace that. And I'm going to save it. And then we can test that later on. If I don't like something, like maybe if I don't like this slant and stop, I can change that to something else. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But otherwise, I think I'm liking the spacing of everything here. So let's go over here and let's make my notes. Let's go back. Go all curls. Let's click here. Copy and paste. We're going to go all curls. All curls. And then I need to switch these around, don't I? We'll go all curls. You can see me type if that matters to you or not. We're going to call this Y stick. We're going to do that, and we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go zig out for wide receiver 1, and then we're going to go with a hitch. I'll just call it hitch. I don't know what that means. Hitch with wide receiver 3, and then we're going to go with wide receiver 2. And I think that's all I did with that one. All right, on to the next play. So it's not too bad. Next up, let's go back to gun trips. Let's see what we got next. Looks like it is QB draw. We didn't have to do anything with this one. It's a pretty decent play. I think it works fairly well. You don't see me use it a whole lot, but it helps if you've got a quarterback that can run it a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go. We're done with that. Let's clear out is next. Let's go clear out. This is clear out over here. Now, the spacing is good. I don't know if I'll do anything with this one. Let me think. I may turn that flare into a swing. I may do that. That's about the only thing I would change there, maybe. I could also turn that into like the ace-4 wide receiver trips play. This could be a good left hash play. See, we don't have a whole lot of left hash plays in this formation. That's right hash. That could be left. That one is technically right since I changed it. Slot screen is right. Wide receiver drag is right. PA inside is left. All curls is right, which is now Y stick. We don't know about clear out yet. Slot cross. Technically, you could be either or. Cross post is left or center. Halfback out is right. Halfback screen is left, which is now a double screen. Then halfback streak is left. So technically, we got more left hash plays than I thought. So I can leave that as a right hash play. So I think the only thing I would really need to change here is maybe the swing route instead of a flare. The flare works best against man. I'd rather have a swing instead. I think that'll work a little bit better. So let's go gun trips, all curls. That has a swing for the halfbacks. We're going to select that, and boom. I think that's it. One thing I'd like to kind of do is maybe turn that to like a wheel route, let him hug the sideline, because I think he's a little too close to that post. So I may try... Let's try that and see how that works. Let's go to PA inside. That's got a wheel going in that direction. I'm going to select here. I'm going to select here. Do something like... I just don't know how these will interact with each other. They may get stuck on each other. I'm not really sure. I don't know what else to change it to. We'll have to test it later. But I like the spacing of it now. You notice how much more far apart they are. That really attacks... some safeties big time. Now, one other thing I would like to do, I don't know if I want to keep this as a go. We don't need that many deep ones, and we need a better man beater. Like, this is technically your designated man beater right here. As long as there's somebody sitting in there like as a QB spy. If it is, then you're kind of screwed. So I don't know if I want that or not, but I may leave it as is. It's like a good vertical concept in general. So let's just leave it as is. I think I'm okay with that. And I'll test it later. If I don't like it, I can always change this to like a deep out or something. But we're going to leave that. This is going to be a really good third and long play. So this is going to be called clear out. I'm not going to change the name. I think the name is fine. I'm going to go back over here. You can watch me type all this stuff out. I'm going to go copy. We'll paste. We'll go clear out. Do I have that listed anywhere? I guess not. And we're going to go here. And we're going to go halfback. We're going to go swing. With halfback, I know it says halfback 1, but we only got one halfback in this formation, so I'm just going to leave it as halfback. And then we're going to change. What did we change? We go back. We change wide receiver 4 to a wheel. So we're going to go wheel. And we're going to go wide receiver 4. And that's technically it. I think we're going to leave that as is. I'm curious to see if that's going to work out or not, especially with these two guys sitting by beside each other. Hopefully it does. We'll find out eventually. All right, I'm going to save this. We're going to select OK, and then we're going to go to slot cross is next. You go to slot cross. The only thing I really don't like about the play is the halfback. It's a delayed route, as you see over here. Delayed routes aren't very good in this game. I don't like them. I think you could do things better with them. Wide receiver number 3 on a hook. Which game or which play are you referring to, Michael? You talk about clear out or this play? Let me know. I do want to change this to a swing. I want to get some action over here. So I'm going to go back and we're going to go with the all curls. I definitely want to change this. That's obvious. It'll work better. Plus, it doesn't keep his man defender sitting right there over the middle. Because you can tell this play is designed to attack the middle of the field. But I like the crossing route. The whole point of this play is that crossing route. You see me use this quite a bit in this dynasty with Tulane. I've been using that quite a bit. It's good against man. You bring him over against zone. The play just done, you said it might tangle up. Okay, I'll look at that here in a minute when I get done with this one. I think this is the only change I'm going to make to this one. I kind of like that. I kind of like every bit of that. I even like the backside post, because technically you can work this off the left hash if you need to. You can hit this over the middle against zone. You got some good man beaters everywhere else. So I think we're going to be done with that one. Let me go back over here, and we'll go back to the play that Michael mentioned. Let's go here. We'll do this. We're going to call this, I already hovered over it. Let's go slot cross. If I can type correctly, slot cross. I'm going to leave the name, and we're going to just change the swing route for the halfback. And that's all I really want to do with that one. I think we're good there. Simple enough. I'm going to save it again. And let's go back to that previous play, which was a clear out. Let me look at that one. Let's go to clear out. Wide receiver number 3 on a hook. I don't know if that'll help a whole lot. I mean, we already got a stick concept with all curls, and we just created Y stick. Like, this is technically Y stick. We already got a little hook route, or it's technically a stick route. I don't know if I'd want the same setup for this one over here for clear out. It'd be kind of the same thing if I turned him to like a hitch or something. Plus, I think he'd kind of get in the way of the slant for just like a second. So I kind of like the spacing for that as is, if that makes sense. Otherwise, if this slant didn't exist, if it was something else, then that could technically be like another stick concept, but we already have it. So I think I'm okay with that one as is. Sorry, the next receiver on. You talk about this wheel route. I still don't know if that can get... It could. I could turn him into a hitch, but the thing is, he's going to get kind of conflicted with the swing route with the halfback, if that makes sense. I don't need 2 guys sitting in this area, because eventually this swing route is going to sit right here. He'll be sitting right here, and one that's wheeling. Yes, I can turn him into a hook. Well, yeah, we could try that. I just don't. Well, if the wheel route doesn't work, I can go back and turn this into like a hitch or something, and we can see if that works or not. Or we can just try that. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I can come back to it later. I can at least write a note about it, and I can look at that later. Let's go gun trips, clear out. Wide receiver 3 hook, maybe. We'll see. Right now, I kind of like the spacing of this. And besides, this play is meant to really attack the deep area of the field, or at least clear out this slant route. All right, let's go to the next one. We've fixed slot cross. That looks really good. Cross post, if I can click on it. Come on now. There we go. Now, cross post, here's a couple things I don't like about it. Could you add a mesh for the tight ends and gun ace? Yeah, you can. There's one play in there that already has one drag. You can drag it to the other tight end if you wanted to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that, that's for sure. I think what you're talking about is you go to gun ace. It is what is it called? Middle choice. This is technically mesh. It's kind of already in there, but this is not really a mesh. I mean, it kind of is, but it takes forever for this wide receiver to get over. I would flip this. I would turn this guy into like a drag rack coming this way, and then I would do like a deep dig or something with that with this guy right here. That's probably what I would do there, just off the offset on the onset. So let's go back to cross post. Now here's what I don't like about cross post. You see it over here. This curl route again is not very good. The spacing for the other 4 routes is incredible. So I like this guy doing like a deep dig, so we can have a true shallow cross concept. A dig here and a shallow underneath it. So I'm going to find a basic dig of some sort. It doesn't have to be super deep, but I need one that's going to the left. I think the one that I can think of at the moment, I don't want it to be too deep. We can at least do maybe PA inside. We can try that one. I think this one isn't too deep. I think that works better maybe. I wouldn't mind doing like a comeback, but the comeback would interfere with the shallow, I'm afraid, if I'd done that. So I think I'm okay with that. I think that works out just a little bit better. I think that's the only thing I really want to change. Now, this play, you can work off the left hash. You can work off the middle. You can go to the right hash. Just a lot of things you could do. And that just made it better by changing that to a dig instead of that other route that was just awful. So that's the only change I'm going to make there. I'm going to bring this back over. We'll go back over here. And I'm going to zoom this out so you can see that's better. Do something like this. Gun trips, and we're going to go cross post. And the only thing I changed was that dig for wide receiver number 1. And that's it, really. The rest of the routes, I think, work pretty well together. Can you each have a route different lengths, like 5 to 10? Yeah, yes, you can, but you just got to go find where those routes are at. And that makes sense. So, for example, if you got to find like certain, what's a good example of that? Digs, I guess. Like, for example, you see slot cross over here on the right, and I could bring this up. We're going to go to that one. Well, I guess we're not. We've already fixed this formation. It may not show here because I've already fixed it. Either way, you can use this right over here. Double cross, you see this deep dig. That's about a 10-yarder. Then you can go to deep attack. That's like a 7-yarder. Then you got an even shorter one where I'm sure I can find it somewhere. You can find them. You just got to go find that specific route. You can't select. I don't think you can. I don't think Josh put this in here. I think you can right-click, change route. Like this is one you can do, like curls. Okay, so yes, here's what it is. Let me select, go back to our formation. Let's go trips. The only reason I do it the other way because I know these play so well, the default ones. I kind of know which route I'm looking for out of the gate. Back to, was it cross post is what we was working on? Like, for example, we can select this dig. If I wanted something better, I don't know if he's got digs in here. He's got 90-degree drags and outs. Like, okay, yeah. So, like, what if I turn this into like a 15-yard to the right? I could do that. Does that make sense? So that's probably a quicker way to do that. You just got to see what he's got. He's got streaks. He's got 30, 45, 50, 55, which I find interesting that they have various ones. You got your corner routes, 3, 5, 8, 90-yard. You can do that. What's the 10-yard look like? That's the one I just had. Let's change that to a 15-yarder. Let's go back. Let's do that. How about that? Let me change that really quick. I'm going to call that deep dig. I know what it will mean. Let's go with that. Let's just save that. So let's do that. Let's change that to a 15-yarder. Hopefully, this deep dig won't interfere with that post much. I don't think it will. But I really like the spacing of every bit of that. Next up, we got halfback out. Now, this play has been used ad nauseum. It's a great play. I love it. I've used that so many times over the years. And I think I won't change anything. I could probably change the halfback to like a swing, possibly. Have him come out like this, maybe. Will that be easier? I kind of like the way it's set up. So I don't know if I really want to change anything here, honestly. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I really like the zig out on the left. I just kind of like it. There's never really been anything I didn't like about it. I think I may just leave it as is for now. Let's go to double screens. This is a play I've already fixed. I've already just added something to it, so we don't have to do anything with that one. Which that used to be basic halfback screen. If I scroll down here, it used to be basic halfback screen, but these 3 go rats didn't really help anything, so I fixed it. QB off tackle. This is technically QB sprint. I just changed the name of it, so we didn't have to do anything there. And last but not least, we got halfback streak. This is the last play of the formation, and just like that, we're almost done with an entire formation, which is pretty cool. So halfback streak. The only thing I never really cared for was 2 things. One, this route right here, I don't think it's very good. It doesn't work all that well. I could turn that to like a corner route. I could turn that to like a comeback. I wonder if he's got comebacks in here. Let's go routes. Let's go curls. Angle curl. What's that look like? Oh, that's really cool. That's not what I want, but that's pretty cool. Let's go back to curls. I want something going back to the left. Like this is a 10. That's straight curl. I don't want a straight curl. This isn't NCAA football 07. 07, the curls are just ridiculously easy to throw to, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But they're much harder to hit with this game. Those are all curls. That's not what I'm really looking for. So let's go find just a comeback route. Looks like he doesn't have any comebacks in here. So what you got to do, you just got to go find it. And I know gun 2-back slot, or then you go to halfback circle. Yes. I like that okay. I think that works okay. I don't think that drag and that will conflict with each other. The only other thing I want to change here is I'm not a big fan of this hitch and slant or hitch and dig. I think it's too slow. I wouldn't mind turning that to like a slant of some sort that can attack the center of the field right here. So we can go back to gun trips and we can go to clear out. Where's it at? If I can find it, go to clear outs, select here, and you select here. I think that'll be okay. I think we're okay there. It's meant to roll out that way, and you got a center beater there. So you got your cover 4 beater, kind of, sort of. You got your go route that way. You're thinking the post for the wide receiver 1. The only downside to that post, I think it would conflict with that go route. If that makes sense. But anyway, I'm attacking here. I'm attacking there. Here, and right there. So I think the route space is pretty good. So I think I'll probably leave that. I think I like that. So we're going to save that. I'm going to come back over here. Bring this over. We'll do that. I'm going to go halfback streak. And then we're going to go, I don't need to change the name. We're going to do comeback. with wide receiver 1. What are the other things I've changed on it? Let's see. The only other change I made was we're going to go slant. I know it's a different kind of slant, but I don't know what to call it other than like a two-step slant. But a slant, I'll just leave it at that for wide receiver 2. Come on now. Go right there. And we're going to go wide receiver 2. We're going to save that. And just like that, we are done with gun trips. So now when I go back to gun trips, I should have some other plays to use now that should be a little bit better than what we had before. So I can mark that one off. Next is gun trips over. I can go ahead and knock this one out. Going to be very similar to gun trips, a lot of similar plays. Like here is corners. Now what do we do with corners is you can go to, I wonder if this will work. You go to loaded playbook. This is what you already have in there. This is your master version 3. Let me go to gun trips. I don't know if it took it, and it didn't. Just wanted to make sure. Let's go back to the default. So this one's a little bit different because you got a tight end in there. Let me go back and see what this looks like. Gun trips over. Gun trips, sorry. We'll go gun trips. And that's how I had it there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to capture my screen here. We're going to do something like that. I'm going to bring this over. Gives me something to look at. So we're going to go back to gun trips. Or gun trips over. And I'm going to do something like that perhaps. So I will probably change that to a hitch. I think I'm going to leave it as is, but we're going to have like an 11 personnel version, if that makes sense. We're going to go to gun wide trips. We're going to go to flanker screen. If I could find it. If I could find it. If I could find it. Gun wide trips. Come on. What am I missing here? Flanker quick screen. There it is. Nope, that's... Oh, I'm in the wrong... Dang it, Al. I'm in the wrong group. There we go. Gun wide trips. And flanker screen. We're going to change that. Here, I could probably change this to a curl, like what Michael mentioned. That could probably work. I'm going to change this to a flare. Let me get that one out of the way. There should be one at a PA read here. We're going to select that. Select him. Change it. We're going to do the eligibility. We got that. We got that. I kind of like somebody hitting this area right here, though. Honestly, I really do. So I think I'm going to leave that as a wheel. So let's go back to a gun PA read. I think we got a PA wide receiver in. Let's use that wheel route. That's a different wheel route than what we had. Let's right click on this and see what we got. Blocking, curls, drag, slant, post, streak. Those aren't what I'm looking for. Let's go to the one I know that I really like. Let's go to gun trips, PA inside. And let's select that one. You notice the route's different. 1777. And then you got 1757. I like the 1777. Something like that. Out instead of a flag. Yes, that's probably what I'll do here. It'll probably be something quicker, like a quick out. Let's just right click him. Let's go to 90, drag out. We're going to do like an 8-yard left. Is that quick enough? I think that'll be okay. What worries me, they're going to conflict with each other. So I may... this may be a deeper one. I may... Ah, man, that's kind of tough. I think they're going to interfere with each other some. Maybe. Let's change him to like a deeper one. That may be, I'm afraid he's going to interfere with him by the time he makes his out. Do a hook with a halfback. Where do I hook? I can... Okay, I know what you're talking about. Let's go with that one out of gun wide trips. That's a good idea, Michael. Let's try that. Let's go. Where's it at? Let's go back over here. This is why you have these sitting over here. It is this one. Where's it at? Flanker cross. That has it. Flanker cross. That's a weird looking route, but that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to stop right there, not go up like it shows. But technically, that's the one we're looking for. He's supposed to stop right here. Honestly, this guy may be better as a stop route, too. I think I'm going to leave that as it. I kind of like that. We'll test it and see if we like it or not. So we're going to go corners for that. I think I left it as corners, didn't I? Yeah. We'll just leave it as corners. The slot clear outs may interfere with what? I'm not really sure. slot might clear or may interfere. Yeah, you don't know until you go in there and test it. So I'm going to leave that as is, and we'll figure it out and see if it works well or not. So let's go here. We'll go back to gun. This is going to be gun trips over now. If I can spell correctly. We'll go here. We'll go clear outs. We're going to go new name. No, we don't need a new name. But we change out. I really don't care what's exactly what it is. It's like a 10-yarder. It's just out's good enough for me. Well, I can go ahead and call it a 10-yarder. I think it's what it was. Something like that with the tight end. Then you go, what's it called? A curl stop or a we'll just call it hook for the halfback. Slot and slant might have interfered with a halfback on hook. Again, yeah, well, you just don't know until you kind of fool with it. But that's why you test it. So let's go halfback. And then I got a wheel with the wide receiver 3. And then I done a hitch, or I'll call it screen. That's technically what it is, with wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1 technically. So hopefully I've done that correctly. Wide receiver 3, yes. All right, that's good enough for now. We'll test it later. I'm going to save this again. There we go. Next up, we have gun trips over. We got PA inside. I'm not going to change that one. I like it really well. No different than the one from gun trips. I think all the routes work really well together. Let's go to trips attack. This is a really good play. I think I can make it a little bit better. I like the left-handed swing by the halfback. It works well on the short side when you're on the left hash. The dig, I may change to something else. But you can work this play off either hash, because you got a short side zone beater on both sides. The one play or one route that just never worked for me was this flag route. So I may just change that to like a go. So we can select him. I may change him. Let's go a streak. Do a 50-yarder. That's a straight streak right there. I kind of like him if you do a little fade. I don't like that. Let's change that to something else. Let's go to halfback corner. Notice 2200, that's 315. That's two completely different routes. I like the bit of a fade route to it. I think he gets around his defender a little bit better. So we're going to switch to that. Change that to a go. The rest of it, I think I'm okay with. That hook doesn't really... I may change this guy to something deeper. Let's change him to a little something deeper, like that 10-yarder from earlier. 90 left. That way he doesn't interfere with this swing route by the halfback. I'd only change the out F1 received to F1 received. F1. I don't know what F1 is, but that's okay. Either way, I like the layout here. R1. Wide receiver 1. I assume that's who you're talking about. Yes, to an outer. Let's see. Either way, I kind of like this layout. I think I'm going to stick with this right here. We're going to go here. I'm going to save that. Click OK. Then we'll bring this over, do some notes. You don't have to see me type. Everybody knows what I'm doing over there. So I'm going to go copy, paste. We're going to keep that as trips attack. That's fine. Do that. Deep out. That's what we'll call that one, not 10-yard. Let's do a deep out. I'm going to change that one to deep out. And then we're going to change that. Deep out for the tight end. Then we got, what do we do? Just a go route for wide receiver 1, and that's it. I think that worked out okay. All right. That's fair enough. He's an out, but change something else, but what? I'm so sorry if I have no clue what you're talking about. But this is the layout I'm going to stick with that one for now. All right, next up we got gun trips over. Halfback direct. We don't have to do anything there. That's as good as play as is. Slot cross is our next one. The only thing I would probably change here is I will probably change this to a swing, and that is it. So I'm going to change this guy to a swing. If I can find a swing, let's go to gun trips over, or gun trips, and go to all curls. I know this is a swing, so we're going to change that. And the spacing is a little bit better. Everything else I think is fine. You can move out your tight end if you need to. I think every bit of that's really good. So I'm going to save that. We're going to go over here. Gun trips over. And dang it out. Let's go back here. Hit the button too quickly on that one. Gun trips over. This is slot cross. I'm not going to change the name. A swing for the halfback is good enough for me. Well, let's go here. Maybe if I capitalize it a little bit better. There we go. Any out and up routes. There's some in here, but they take too long. I don't like them all that well. Like there's one in gun wide trips. This right here, in and ups. Notice that one. It takes forever for those guys to get open. That's why I never use them. Next up, we have what's next? Gun slot cross. We got angle. Angle. The only thing I'm going to change here is change that to a hitch, and that's it. The rest of it I thought worked out pretty well. If I'm not mistaken, when we go to gun trips, the only thing I changed, I can look at my notes, but it's easier if I just visualize it. You go to angle over here. Yeah, the only thing we changed was that to a hitch. So we're going to do the same thing for gun trips over. Go angle right there. And we're going to change this to a hitch. Let's go back and find the one I'm looking for. Gun wide trips. Flanker screen. Change that to that, to that, to that. And that's all I need for that one. So I'm going to go back here and copy and paste. Where's it at? Slot screen, this one right here. We're going to copy this over. Do that. And this is going to be number 2. Or wide receiver number 1 instead of wide receiver number 2. Simple enough. This is the reason why I want to do gun trips over after gun trips. It's just a little bit easier. Let's go. Next is QB draw. We don't have to do anything there. That works fine. Clear out. This is another one I think we can help along the way. Clear out. Swing. The only thing. How do we do the clear out from before? Let me look at that one again. Go to clear out. If I can find it. Right there. I'm going to screenshot this thing. I need to close this one out. And bring this one over so I can see what's kind of going on there. And so let's go back to gun trips over. And let's go back to clear out. Let's see. I had that as a wheel. The swing is fine. That's fine. I may turn this into an out, I guess. We can just change that to like an 8-yard left. That's okay. I don't need him to be super deep on that one. I can actually make this even quicker. Now this one is kind of meant to go as a go route, like a wheel. I could probably change him to a wheel. We could try that. Let's just try that. Make it kind of close to the one that's over here. I'm going to do a wheel instead, because if I do a streak, he's too close to this post. So I'm going to change this to a wheel instead. So let me go find another wheel route. I know one where there is. Gun spread. That is slot wheels. I'm going to change this one to that one. That may help it a little. I don't know. We'll see. Could. Maybe. I think that'll be okay. Maybe. No, I think I'm going to change that to an out. I think that's going to be a little bit safer. It doesn't matter. It's your own playbook. I'm just kind of giving you guys a base to kind of work off of. Now let's do a, whoa, that's a 5-yarder. That's fine. Let's leave it as a 5-yard out. That gives you a safer man beater if this guy doesn't get open. In this, I could turn back into a wheel. Wide receiver O is on right to a short button hook. The reason why I like the slant and the whole point of that play is because it's called clear out. It's supposed to clear out this guy underneath. And I want somebody to attack this area right here. Are you leaving this stream on the channel? Yeah, all streams stay on the channel. They never go away. So let's go and change this to a wheel. That's 1777. Where did I find that one at? That's PA inside's where that one's at. PA inside. Do something like this. And I'll try that one later. We'll call that to a wheel. That's fine. Gives you better spacing with that post. So the whole point of that is to clear this guy out. And I like that. So that's what I'll go with. We're going to come back over here. We'll go copy, paste. We're going to go click OK. Go clear out. Do that. I'm going to go out with the tight end. We're going to go wheel. with the wide receiver 2, and that's it, I guess. Wide receiver 2. Yeah, the whole point of this is spacing. At the end, don't look at where they're at. Look where they will end up. I got somebody attacking here, here. It just really spread this defense as thin as possible. Here, here, somebody right here, somebody all the way over here. This guy's going to attack this area right here. By the time they all finish their rounds, all 5 of them will be very far away from each other. Now, you don't have to do that for every play. Sometimes it helps if some of them are congested, just so you can ISO somebody else. But for me, in basic passing routes, you go look up any air raid playbook, a lot of the routes are kind of like this. They're all 5 routes are away from each other as best they can. So I'm going to back in. I'm going to bring this over, exit out of this. I think I'm done with that. And now we're on to the next one, which is clear out, flood. This is a play I've never used because I just didn't like the spacing of it. So let's see. Plus move, yes, that's especially with that particular play, moving safeties around. Flood. What I don't like here is it doesn't really flood anything. It's hard to attack like this flag route right here. Against zone, he just never gets open because he's too close to the go route when he moves up here. I may change this to a little out. I can leave this guy to block. I don't mind that. You don't have to have somebody attack the middle. So I can leave him to block. That's not a big deal. So I may turn this guy into like a flat route maybe. Now let's just do a flat just for the sake of it. We haven't done a flat route in a while. So let's go gun spread. I know where 1 is at. It is, if I can find it, I'm going to have to look up here, see what it's called. Where's it at? Gun spread. Let's go corner strike is what it's called. If I can get to it, there it is. I'm going to change this guy to a him, maybe. We can change that to a flood route or a flat. This guy can attack the middle, maybe. I may have him do like an in. It just doesn't work well trying to flood this right here. I could do like a deep dig. We could try that. Then you got like Y sail kind of going on right there. You could do 10 yards to the right. That may help. Maybe. I may have to turn him to something deeper. Like if I turn him to like a, I'm afraid to do like a 12 yard. Nope, wrong way. Good job. Let's try that again. Let's go back here. We don't have a 12 yard left. We got a 10 yard right. We'll leave that as is. That's going to be our flat. That can stop, and I'm gonna turn this guy to like a basic out route of some sort. We can probably turn him. I know what to do. I'm gonna go back and go to gun ace. Go to the where's it at? If I could find it. I always forget where this one is at. It's the middle choice safety. It's the slant outs. There it is. Oh, kills me. Do something like that. I think that's good. Again, you don't have to attack the middle here if you don't want to. Let's go, let's see, R1 to a drag. Drag like to the left, you think? I mean, I could do that. We can maybe turn this guy to a flat instead. We could try that. That may come up with an idea. Let's try that. Let's go gun. Deep attack. Wait, where's it at? Man, I just came from here. Deep attack, corner strike. Let's change him to a flat. We could change this guy to a drag if I can find a drag. I think there's one drag 3 yard left. Is that it? That's just a out. That's a dig route. I want an actual drag. I'm not seeing a drag, so I gotta find the one out of gun trips. PA inside. Something like that. And that's a flat. That way you can attack both sides. You can run this on the left hash. You can run it on the right hash, depending. So you got a short side zone beater on each side. So this case, I need to change this guy to something else. This could be something a little bit deeper. Or I can have him go on a go route or something. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. We can have him on a go, maybe. Yeah, let's put him on a go. Let's get our tight end going deep. We can try that. So let me change that to a better go than that streak. I'd rather have the fade. So let's go gun spread. Let's go deep attack. If I can click on it. I like that fade route. Notice how it just slightly fades to the outside. I'd rather use that instead. So we can try that. Now it's no longer a flood concept. We can call that. Let's just call it we can call it wide receiver drag. I think we already got one called that in this formation, don't we? No, we don't. Let me go over here. That's flood. Wide receiver drag is not in here, but this is technically the same play as this in and ups. I may call it stretch because it really stretches everything. It's the four corners. It's stretching everything. It's stretching. We can just call it stretch. I don't know what that'll mean. So we're going to give this a new name altogether. So let's add my notes here. Let's go here. Let's go. What was this already called? I already forgot it. It was flood. Then we can go. This looks like a run and shoot or bear and shoot type of play right there, except without the drag. And we're going to call this stretch. And so the tight end is going to be a go. Do that. And then we got a drag with wide receiver 3. Then we have a flat with wide receiver 2. And then we got, and that's it. That's the only things we changed there. So that's a very high-end stretch play. You got 2 go routes on the opposite side. You got a flat route or a flat route on the right. If you're on the right hash, if you're on the left hash, you go over here. The only downside is you don't have any decent man beaters, except you're going to hit that drag. And sometimes that drag isn't all that great against man. So that's something to keep in mind. But I may leave that as is, or we can give this guy, I have an idea. I got an idea. So let's go gun, where's it good at? Gun normal. I know some people think you want to have 6 guys to protect. That's okay, but sometimes if you leave him in to protect, his defender has got nothing to do but just come after your quarterback. So it's not all aces. Sometimes your halfback can help you out if he just goes out and attacks the defense himself. So I want to actually put him on an angle. You can do something like that. And then you can attack this area. I'd rather him go up against that defender instead of him just sitting back there waiting. Because again, this is not the best man beater in the world. You need some kind of basic man beater somewhere. The flat is not one. The go routes are not one except it's cover 0. So you got to need maybe at least an extra one. Plus this gives you an extra zone beater. So that really is a stretch. Angle or got a corner. You hit this corner, you hit this corner, you hit in the middle. So that's what we're going to do there. So I'm going to add that note. I'm going to click OK. We're going to go here. We're going to go angle. And then we're going to go with a halfback. I think that's going to attack the defense better. Next up, we have, let's go gun trips over. We got, we just done flood. QB choice, I think we've already fixed. And let's see. Yeah, QB choice is fine. I don't have to change anything there. I've done that way back when. PA read, this is one we're going to fix somehow. The only thing I don't like about it, it hits both sides. I like the little dig. The post is fine. I may, let's see. I could probably change this to like I may change him to like a corner route. That would be interesting. Let's try that. Let's go gun, white trips. There may already be one in here. Let me check. Change route. Corner, slant. You just don't know which one it's going to be. It's easier if I just go to a formation I know that has it. Do something like that. That's an interesting setup. Everything else I kind of like. I think that's the only thing I'm going to change. I could change this post to a go if I wanted to, but if you're on the left hash, that gives you a better zone beater. If you're on the right hash, it could be your cover 0 beater. I kind of like every bit of that. I think I may leave it. So what we're going to do is just change that one route. I'll test that out later. We'll go here. We'll go P read. We'll do that. We're going to leave it as is, and we're going to just change him to a corner. Tight end. Tight end on the left needs to move somebody. Exactly. That's why I got him on a corner, so he can attack all this area right here. So we're going to do that. I would do a flag route, but the corner route's easier to attack with man. Otherwise, I'd use a flag route. Flag routes work a little bit better in 07. I wish they work a little bit better here, but they do work better in 07. But this is 06, so I got to use the better corner route. Next up, we have halfback out. This is another one I probably won't change a whole lot. I kind of like everything. The only thing I don't like, this is a really deep zig out. It's deeper than the one that the wide receiver uses in gun trips. So I may give him just a basic out route of some sort. Just something a little bit easier. We can go out. We can give him like an 8-yard left. Something like that. I like that a little bit better. And I think that's all I'm going to change for that one. Everything else I think looks really good. We'll go gun trips over. This is halfback out. Then we're going to leave it the name as is, and I'm just changing that tight end to an out. That's fine. I don't have to name exactly what it is. Let me fix this. Go here. Cancel. There we go. All right. So that's a pretty simple adjustment there. Made it just a little bit better. The rest of the routes, again, I think they work pretty well. Next up, we got halfbacks. Well, speed option we've already fixed. There's nothing to fix, honestly. It works really well. Double screens, I've already fixed that one. Made it a little more fun. Halfback streak. I'll have to go back and see what I've done with the other ones. So let's go back to gun trips. Go to halfback streak. Let me take a screenshot of this. Do that. Bring this one over. Something like this. So what did I do? Let's go gun trips over again. Go to halfback streak. I changed him to a slant. That's okay. We need to change this guy to something else. Actually, that's okay against man, honestly. I do want to change that back to a slant, though. So let's go back to, like, ace, 4 wide receiver trips. What's it called? Halfback read, a halfback angle. No. I'm going to have to go look it up. Slot clear out. That's the one we want right there. Yep. That is okay. We need him when we roll out. That's okay. That's okay. Unless I could come up with something better for this one. I think I may turn him into like a really deep out. We can try that. Like a really deep left. Something like that. I think that'll work out okay. So the route spacing is good on all 5 of those. I think we're going to leave that one like you see there. So I'm going to save that one. Go gun trips over. Got to make my notes. And I've done that again. Let's go back to control home. Go here. Do that. This is called halfback streak. We'll leave it as is. Don't have to change the name. Deep out. Tight end. Then we got a slant for wide receiver 1. And that's it. That's all the things I changed with that one. Good deal. Next up we have, that's halfback streak. We got inside out. This is another play that I would always like to make a little bit better. A little too congested for my liking. So I think what I may do is kind of turn this into a stick concept in a sense, maybe. I like that drag. It works pretty well. I may turn this into a little hitch. So let's go back to gun normal. Gun normal. We can turn, let's go all curls. I think that's what it was called. I like that short of a hitch. Now I wonder, let me just change something. Let me try something. Let's go curls. 3-yard curl. See, there's not even a 3-yard curl left. There's a one to the out, but I'd rather just do this one instead. I'm familiar with that one. I think I may turn this guy into a swing. This could be our stick for gun trips. There's a reason why everybody and their brother uses a stick. It's just a good concept. We can do something like that. I'm not a big fan of this crossing route because I think it gets congested with that corner. Unless I change this to a go. I think I may just change this to a go. Let's just change that to a go. So where's a good go at? Let's go gun spread. I need the one that's on the right side. Let's go deep attack. So now you got stick. And then I don't mind leaving that as is. I don't think it'll interfere with the go route as much. So I am going to keep that. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll just do that. I think I may change this to inside out. I think I'm going to change that to stick. We'll just call that Y stick. I'm going to change the name. And I changed a bunch of stuff in this one. Got to go to my notes, go here, and this was called what? Inside out. Go inside out. We're going to call this Y stick. And I changed, we're going to have a hitch for wide receiver 3. We're going to go ahead and add swing to the halfback. And a go for wide receiver 1. Okay, so that could be our little stick concept for that formation. Last but not least, we got slot screen, and we've already fixed it. I haven't really had to change anything other than this is a little zig out. I may need to make that to a basic out, but I think I'm okay with that one. It may be better if I do a basic out, though. It may be a little bit easier just because he's going to be up against his defender out of the gate. Let's do a 5-yard left. I think I'm going to change that. I think it's a little bit better. I know the graphic looks odd, but that's not a big deal. He should work just fine once you get into the game. We'll do that. I'm going to go slot screen. Do that. And we're going to change the tight end to a basic out. And that's it there. So let me go and see how many plays or how many changes I've made to, if you go over here, if you go starting at number 3, this is version 3. This is the very first play I fixed with version 3. You go all the way down here, 31. I fixed 31. I'd like to get to 100 before I release version 3, if not more than that. So I'm not in a huge hurry to get this released, but I know I need to start working on it, which is why I'm doing that today. All right. We are in the groove, and we are done with 2 formations just like that. Next is gun 5 wide. That should be real interesting. We can try that. How far am I into this stream? We are an hour and 11 minutes in. Wow, I'm cooking. Let's go to gun 5 wide. And we're going to start with middle clear. Let's go back to the home up here. And go gun 5 wide. Middle clear. Man, this is all kinds of rough. How am I going to change that one? We can at least try. I like that post, but it works best if you can attack. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First off, I'm going to turn this to a slant. We're going to go back to gun ace. Gun ace, if I can go to it. Go to shotgun, go to gun ace. I'm going to change this, tie it in, if I can find it. Why do I always forget it's slant outs? There we go. I'm going to change that to that. That gives me a flat zone beater. I may change this to a hitch. Maybe. I kind of like that setup. I like that you can roll out if needed. I think I may leave that as is. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I may turn this into an out. Something like that. Now it looks a whole lot like the one out of gun trip or ace 4 wide receiver trips slot clear out. Kind of close to that. It's, you know, they've got a couple. We got the 3 and the 4 switching spots with 4 and 5. But either way, I kind of like that setup. It gives you a little bit more to work with. I think I'm okay with that. I could turn this into a go if I want to. All streaks on right. What for? I want all 5. Putting streaks together does not help anything. They become useless unless you're just trying to get somebody underneath them open, kind of, sort of. But even then, it's not really needed. So I'm going to leave. I think I like every bit of that. So we're going to go middle clear. I just don't know if that post will interfere with that go. I may change this to a different go. Notice how he's slanting towards the left. I'm going to give him a different one. So let's go back to the one I know best, gun spread, deep attack. If I can get to it, I'd split, spread, deep attack, 2200. That's 2198. I want the 2200. I want him to fade out that way. I like that a little bit better. Okay, I think we'll just leave that one as is. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to go over here to my notes, fix that. Gun 5 wide. Then a middle clear. We got a slant out for wide receiver 3. Wide receiver 3. And we have an out for wide receiver 5. And we got to go with wide receiver 4. Okay, simple. On to the next one. And there's a lot more pass plays in this formation, so it makes sense. You know, it's just going to take a while to kind of go through a lot of these. Slot corners. I actually like this play pretty well. Now, the flag routes aren't very helpful, but they are really good to distract. Except for this one right here. This works really good on the right hash because of this little hitch. And so this flag route helps distract that corner to get this guy open. This guy's going to attack the middle, which is great. This guy is good at attack man. I don't think I'm going to change, and I'm going to change this guy to a go. But except this time, I'm going to put him with this one. I want him to kind of curl up to the middle of the field a little bit. So we're going to do something like that. And I think that's the only thing I got to change there. It said it's slot corners, but now it's called slot corner. I'm going to change that. We only got one slot going in the corner. Or what I could do, I could change that to a true corner route. But I don't know if it would help all that much. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm just going to change the slot corner. What about out? Again, I don't like that route. Out, up, and in. It takes too long. I'll tell you what I can do. We can try. Let me go to ace. That just reminded me. So I want to go to ace slot. And it is slot seam. This route right here. I want to try that. How about that? Now we got slot corner, but I'm going to change it because this corner route will never get the ball. I'm going to call this slot seam. How about that? That guy has a very good chance of getting open against cover 2, zone, against man cover 0. We're going to call it that. Now that's a little bit more interesting right there. So I think I'm going to leave that as you see there. So let's go and save. I've done save that. I'm going to go here to make my notes. This is called slot corners, which is now called slot seam. So what do we change? We're going to slant go. I'm going to just call it slant and go. Slant seam, I guess that's what we'll call it. Slant seam route for wide receiver 3. And that is it. That's the only thing I really changed there. Just like that one route made a whole world of difference for that play. Good deal. Let's go to the next one, which is flood. I like flood pretty well. Let me look at the only thing I didn't care for it. Let me think. You only got one decent zone, short side zone beater, which is just drag route, which takes a little while to get open. Otherwise, I think it works fine. The rest of it, the only downside to gun 5 wide, and the reason why you don't see me use it a ton, is because you never see cover 0 used by the CPU when you go gun 5 wide. Like never. It'll do it when you're in practice mode, but never when you're actually playing the game. So all these go routes are kind of useless to an extent, other than they can distract, or if you're really going to try to hit cover 1, which is going to be really tough. But for flood, I like the spacing of every bit of that, so I think I'm going to leave it as is. I think I'll just leave it as is. I don't think I'm going to change anything. Let's go on to the next one. Zig outs. I like this play. The only thing I may change is this route right here. I don't think it's very good. I may change him to like a post, maybe. I may just change him to like a basic post. Let's do that. Let's go shotgun. Let's go spread. Let's go deep attack. This is essentially deep attack and gun 5 wide. But you got some zig outs underneath. Now you got better spacing up here. You got better spacing down there. Unless you really care about attacking the middle right here, I kind of like attacking deep, so I'm okay with all of that. So I'm going to leave that as zig outs. So the only thing I did change was wide receiver 5. Yes, R1 not right. I just learned about 14 revamp, started playing, and now learning about 06 update 2. What brings you more to 06 over revamp? I think it's got better gameplay. That's about as simple. I mean, I'm not going to try to preach on why I don't like. I think 14, I don't think it's got very good gameplay. It's just, it's got no good feel to it whatsoever. Quarterbacks throw stupid darts. I like, it's got some good things about it, But I just don't think the gameplay is very. I think it's way too arcadey in a sense. I just don't like it. I know I get flagged for it, but I don't really care. '06 is my game. I'd love to play 14. I mean, I know my channel would get better, but it's got other things I just don't care about. So let me go make my notes for this one. Go here. What's this one called? Zig Outs. Zig Outs. Then I don't have to change the name for it. I just change the post for wide receiver 5. Okay, that's all I got to do for that one. Let me say this again, just in case I forgot. Next up, Zig Out. We got slants. I actually like this one because this gets this guy open a little bit better. That one's okay. I may change this to a go instead of that post or that slant. This slant doesn't work all the way. The whole point of these two slants is to get this guy open underneath him. So I think I'm gonna change this one to a go, something like that. Or I could do like a deeper cross. Well, they get. Let me try that cross. I think that'd be funny looking. Let's try that. Let's go. Ace for wide receiver trips, PA strike, PA rollout. I want to try that one. I think that's an interesting go. I kind of like that. Of course, that may hurt this guy. Oh, man, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. I think he can stay open more. Yes, I just overall gameplay, it just 06 and the PS2 games in general just play a whole lot better than 14 does. Just me, personally. I know there's some people out there that are so diehard 14, then just more power to them. I just don't think the gameplay feels well at all with it. Just the players skate around. It's just awful. The plays are in there are really cool and such. The quarterback just has bad throw. I just don't like it. It is what it is, but that's just how I am. Otherwise, again, I'd be playing a lot of 14. I also think the off-season stuff's a whole lot better. Recruiting is better in 06 than it is in 14. So I think I'm okay with all of that. So I'm going to save this. Click that. Go gun 5 wide. Go here. We're going to go slants. I'm going to leave the name. And we're going to just change. I'm going to call that just cross for wide receiver 1. And that's it for that one. Next play, we got comebacks. I can go ahead and tell you for comebacks, I would probably change those to a different comeback. Let's go. I will definitely change this to, let's go gun 2 back slot. Go halfback circle. Change that one to that one. I like that one better. I'm going to change this one to a inward go, kind of going that way. So let's go gun 2 back slot or gun spread. Deep attack. I want this one. Not this one. I want him to go the other way. That way he gives him a little bit of space between him and the comeback. That's fine. I think I may change this. That's going to be a go. You could change this to a comeback too, but the comeback, the right-handed version, see, this is the left-handed version of the comeback. The right-handed version doesn't work as well. I mean, it works better. I mean, it works fine. I could put that in there. Let me see where one's at. I think it's under weak. This shows you how much I play this game. I already kind of know which play it is. It is deep attack. Nope, it is the play action play. Where's that one? PA smash? Nope. Where's the other PA play? PA rollout? There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Something like that. L1 to a slant. It'll interfere with this guy right here. If that makes sense. I may turn him into a post. That may work better. I may actually do a straight streak with this one. Do a 50-yarder. That's fine. I may turn this into like a dig. I kind of like that better. To the like a something like that. But I need a short side zone beater. I need a short side zone beater, so I may end up, I may change in this guy to a slant instead. Well, let's change him to a slant. 45 degree. I kind of don't like that. I want to change it to a better slant. So let me go back to gun 5 wide. This one may work. How about let's do that type of slant. It looks kind of goofy, but I'm okay with that. And I may change this to a, We already got a decent... Oh, this kind of... yes, I'm going to change him to a post. Let's do that. That's a really big stretch play right there. This is a good man beater. This is a good man beater. Good man beater. This is a good zone beater, but that's the only good zone beater I've got. You got a center beater right here. I think I may... I think I'm okay with that. It's a weird play, but I think you can. It's really meant to attack deep, so I'm okay with that. We can still call it comebacks. So let's just leave it there. We'll click that. I'm gonna go gun 5 wide. We'll keep it as comebacks. And I'm just gonna call it comebacks for wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. It's essentially the same one. I got a post for wide receiver 3. I got a slant, or I got a streak. We'll just call go. I did actually change that for wide receiver 5. And then last but not least, we got a slant for, and I may change that slant here in a minute to a normal one. Let's go wide receiver 4 there. Then I'm going to go back here. Gun, where's the one I know of? Gun 5 wide. Go to slants. I like this one better. I think that works a little bit better. Something like that. Okay. So everybody and their brother got changed on that one just a bit. But it's definitely more of a stretch play, that's for sure. Just in terms of really attacking deep. But you can hit the middle underneath as well. Let's go curl flats. The only thing I may change here. Let me look at it over here. Curl flats. I think I'm not going to change anything other than I may change that post to a go. Maybe. The post is fine. Either that, I could change it to a better center beater of some sort. Oh, I got it. Oh, we don't have the version of it. Dang it. We got the left-handed version. I don't have the right-handed version. You know, the slot seam where he goes up and up like that. I don't have a left-handed version. We got the righty, but not the lefty. Unless it's somewhere that I don't know of. We could do a wheel route. I don't know if that'll help either. I mean, that in and up may work. I could try that in and up you kept talking about. Go to in and ups, if I can find it. Right here. I just don't know if this one will work all that well. I just don't like that at all. I may do the wheelies. Let me go to wheelies. That's probably what we're going to do there. Let's go to wheelies. Gun 5 wide is where it's at. Gun 5 wide, wheelies. Let's change that. How about that? It gives you a slant if you see a little a hole over the middle. Yeah, but if it's cover 0, you can wait for him to get open over the middle, something like that. So that's an interesting setup. So that's the only thing we're going to change for that one. We're going to save that. Go over to my notes. Copy, paste. This is curl flats. And wheel. Technically a wheel. For wide receiver 5. Wide receiver 5, something like that. Quarterback and in shot, so time for out and up to develop. It's just a very slow route in general. Just the way that the route's designed in 06, it just takes him forever to finally get out of that last step of his. That's why I'm just not a big fan of it. Okay, let me say this one more time. All right, let's go curl flats, and then we got QB draw. Don't have to change anything there. That works really well. The double screen, I've tried to fool with this. Let me see what the original one looks like. Did I fix anything with this one? I think I did. It's still the same as the one before. I'm going to leave that one as is. It's kind of unique into its own. I would almost rather turn this into like a little out route or something and fix this. But I'm okay with the double wide receiver screen. I think I may leave it. Assault. Let's look at that one. Assault. The route spacing on here is not all that great. I don't like some of the routes either. So what's the best way to handle this one? Assault. Looks like they're attacking the corners. I wonder. I'm going to turn this one. I have an idea. I just got something in my mind. So let's try something. Let's go. Where's a hitch from on the left side? Let's deep post. That's what I'm looking for. deep post. I'm going to have him do that. I'm going to have this guy do this. Gives you something like that, maybe. I don't know if that'll work or not. Square to a short out. It depends on what hash I'm working on. Let's see. What hash let me look and see what other hash mark. Let's say middle clear. Did we establish? Let's see. That's right hash. That's right. That could be either. That's left. I think we got that as a lefty. That's either. That's either. That's a lefty. That's a lefty. That could be either. That's a lefty. We got lefty or right. We can do a right hash play again of some sort. So let me change this guy. I don't know really what to do with this one. I may have to change everything all the way around. I may do a 5 wide something like a. I'm going to change this guy to a post. Do something like that. Then we can. I'm going to turn this guy to a hitch. I have an idea. Let's go flanker screen. Tag that. That's a good rollout. You got a cover 0. You can hit that for cover 2 zone. You can do this cover 2 zone if you're rolling out with him. If you're going to do this on the right hash, you can have him be as your safety beater. So now what we can do is I'm going to have I may have this guy on a go maybe. I may turn this guy to a hitch or to a. If this is going to be a right hash play, yeah, okay, that's what we can do. Let's go gun. We'll go gun ace. If I can get to it. Shotgun. Gun ace. If I can get to it, come on out. Go there. Then we go slant outs. I'm going to change that. That's an interesting setup. Look, that's a different kind of. I think all three of these kind of will not get in the way of each other. This guy can help this hitch. If you're going to play on the left hash, you can roll out with him too. That's an interesting setup. I'm going to leave it as assault too. So I'm going to leave that, and we can test that out later. Gun 5 wide. Then you got assault. Did I spell that correctly? I did not. Assault. And we're going to leave the name, and then we're going to go slant out for wide receiver 1. Then you got corner. If I can spell correctly. Wide receiver 3. Then you have, what was the original? Where's it at? Assault. We're going to have a post for wide receiver 4. And then a hitch for wide receiver 2. Okay, that's a very interesting play. I've never seen that combination of routes before in this game. I don't think I've ever tried something like that. So I'm curious to see how that'll work out later on. Next up, we have deep outs. I'm actually okay probably with this one. I may turn this into a better go. I don't like this type of go. Or, I'm sorry, post. I'm not a big fan of that type of post. Left. I think I may turn this to just a simpler post. Let's go gun spread. Deep attack. I think that works a little bit better. Just simpler. I think that may be the only thing I'll change with that one. We'll do that. Here, we're going to go deep outs. And then we're going to go, the only thing I changed was, I'll just call it post with wide receiver 4. Triangle wide receiver. Yeah, that's the only thing I really want to change for that one. We're going to save that one. All right, next up we got deep post. I don't think I'm going to change anything with this one. I kind of like all the routes. I think they all work really well together. So I'm not going to change anything. The route spacing's great. You can attack a left or right hash, depending. If you want to go on the right hash, if it's zone, you can move this guy over. If you want to play on the left hash, you can keep him there. If it's man, you can move him over. You can do some really cool things motion-wise to get everybody open. But all 5 routes in general, I think, work pretty well. So I'm going to skip it. Next up, we got slot outs. Now, this one I like pretty well, too. All 5 routes are very simple. You got outs, ins, goes, and that's it. The only thing I would maybe change is the little out routes are a little bit deep or not as deep. Triangle, flag, corner. Again, I'm not a big for this play in general. No, you may be thinking about the other play. I think I'm gonna leave all that as is. There's really nothing I really want to change here. I think I'm gonna leave that one as is. Just in general, I think all 5 routes work pretty well together. I'm gonna go move on. Let's go middle attack. This one is fine. The only thing I may change is it's meant to play on the left hash because of this little hitch. That's supposed to do that on the last play. I mean, I can go back and look at deep post. You want me to put the triangle on a corner. We could try that. Yeah, okay. I don't mind trying that. I see what you're saying there. You can roll out if needed. So let me think. What's a good one? Let's go gun, 2-back slot. And go halfback circle. No, let's go gun. I know. Let's go gun trips, halfback streak. Or that one right there should work. Something like that, maybe. That way, if you want to roll out, you could. We could try that. So I'll go ahead and make my notes for that one. So go back to gun deep, gun 5 wide. Deep posts. And I got to turn my light on. My eyes are about to kill me. I've been sitting in the dark the whole time. Gun deep post. And we're going to change a flag to wide receiver 4. Okay. So deep post, we fixed that. Slot outs, I'm not going to change anything with it. I just like all 5 routes work pretty well together. So I'm okay with that. Now let's go to middle attack. The only thing I may change, I like the way everything attacks here, honestly. The only thing you don't really have, your best basic man beater is the slant route. As long as nobody's sitting over the middle. If he's sitting over the middle, then you're kind of screwed. And you may have to go to somebody off the top. But if they go cover 1 or cover 2 with somebody here, you may be in a world of hurting. So, and since this is a left hash play, this post route ankle will be very helpful. So I may turn him into an out instead. I think I may just turn him into an out. It's just something safer. If we were on the right hash, that post would be a little bit more helpful. So I may just change him to like an 8-yard right. Something like that. I think that works a little bit better. Middle attack. Now it's no longer really a middle attack. I think I may just leave it as is. No, that post just doesn't help me if I'm going to sit on the left hash. What I may do is change this to a post. So let's go to gun trips, deep posts. Shotgun trips. Is a cross post? Nope, that ain't it. Where's deep post? Where's deep post? Cross, slot cross. I'm going to have to look it up, I swear. There it is. Slot cross is what it is. Something like that, maybe. And that kind of interferes with that one. I don't need 2 guys on an out route. I mean, I would have to turn this guy to a go or something, so I can try that. Gun spread. We'll go deep attack. Do something like this, and then we could turn this guy to an out, maybe. That's fine. Do something like that, perhaps. Now it's no longer a middle attack. I may just call this stretch or something. Or I may call it slot fade, because there's not a whole lot of slot fades in the game. Let's just call it slot fade. I think it was the last play. Sorry, you got to keep up with the plays, man. Come on. You got slot out there. You got middle attack. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to call this one slot fade. Do something like that. Okay, we're going to save it. We'll go here. Then you go... what do we call it? Let me scroll back down here. That was middle attack. Now it's no longer to call that. Do something like that. Now we're going to call a slot fade. And I changed 2 routes. A go for wide receiver 5. And then an out for wide receiver 2. Save that. That looks okay. Next up, we got quick crosses. These routes are kind of weird. So I don't know what to think about these. I may turn like this, they're arrow routes technically. Quick cross, I'm okay with kind of the way that's set up. That's a drag. I may change that to a different drag, something that works a little bit better. Believe it or not, this says 681. Let's see if the other one's a different drag. PA inside, where's that? PA inside. 1017. See, that's two different drag routes. They look the same, kind of, sort of, but they're not. That's a little bit better. I may change. Well, that's what these crosses do. Like this wide receiver 4, they kind of go deep. I may change this to one of that deeper route again. Let's go to a. We haven't done a go route with this guy in a while, so let's go gun spread. Let's go back to deep attack. Do something. Not that one. This one. And this one, I may have him go on a big deep cross. That's just going to look really weird, but I think that may actually work. PA rollout. Something like that. That looks kind of wild. I think that'll work, though. A lot of weird route spacing, but there is some spacing. Let's see. Did you ever fix the play from the last Dynasty video where the quarterback stood without doing anything? I don't remember what play that was. I don't know why. I don't know if that was because it was a new play or what. I'm just not really sure. I can go back and check that here in a minute. Let me go fix this and go here. Go here. It was a play action play. I just don't remember which one. So this is what? Quick crosses. I'll just leave the name even though we got one. Yeah, that's okay. Quick crosses. We got to go for wide receiver 1. You got a cross. We actually added a cross. Wide receiver 3. Then you got a better drag. I'm going to just call that drag for wide receiver 5. Then you have, that's it. That's all I changed for that one. Okay. Next up. Well, look, we can go back to that one. Again, I don't know if it was a play that was just messed up. It was gun or eye tight. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it. I can't do it now. I have to go back and look at the video and see which play it was, and maybe I can figure out which one. Then I can test it later. So I'm just going to make a note of that. I'm gonna go eye tight. I'll just call it bad play. We'll see if that was a created play or not, and I can test it later. So let's go back to gun 5 wide. If I can shotgun, go gun 5 wide. Next up, we have wheelies. This is an interesting play. You see it down here. The wheelies are good. I like it's meant to really attack the safeties. You got a wheelie, then you got a post. All three of them attack really well. We got a slant here. So the only thing I may change, I'm not a big fan of this route right here, so I may pick something different. I may change this guy to a hitch. Maybe. I know I got to change this guy to something. I may do like a deep out, maybe. Or a deep in. Something like... go like a 15-yard right. Or maybe a 10-yarder. That may work better. Something like that. And then I can change this guy to something else. Maybe like a dig instead of... We can do something like... Something like that. Get him a little bit shorter. The arrow route's going to interfere with that dig. I can change him to an arrow, maybe. Now let's go... Ace big. Which one is it? Is it gun normal? I know where it's at. Gun normal. Arrows. Is that what it's called? Right here. Something like that. And I could do that. But I need and I think I'm okay with this. I needed something just a little bit of man beater over the middle. I don't know if that's going to interfere with that post. Does that make sense? I just don't know if that's going to affect or mess things up. I may leave that as is. Okay, let's just leave that. I'm fine with that. We'll do that. Let's go gun 5 wide. Make my notes. Go here. It's called wheelies. We'll leave it as such. Do that. And then we're going to go arrow for wide receiver 1. and a dig, or an in route. I'll call it an in. In's technically the shorter one. Wide receiver 2. All right, next up, we're getting close. Split end corners. That one is actually okay. I don't mind it, honestly, because you can work off either hash. You just kind of pick a side. If you're on the left hash, well, it just kind of depends on what you're doing. The only thing I may want to change is that dig. But the dig actually works kind of well as a decent man beater over the middle. I think I may leave it as is. I think I'm okay with that. You don't need to have all 5 routes working for you every single time. I think I may just leave that as is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm fine with that. All right, let's go to the last one, slot hitches. This one needs some serious work, like in the worst way. This one is going to be, I think, our Y stick of the bunch. So that's what we're going to do. But this time, I'm going to call it H stick. We're going to have a left-handed stick. So let's go gun, normal. Let's go to halfback corner. Change this one to a go. I want to change this to a better hitch. Let me find a better hitch. I think where's it at? Is it under gun? Let me go to the top. Let me go to ace empty. Is it here? Not that one. I think it's just L1 out of slot hitches. I like that hitch better. Maybe the exact same one. We're about to find out. Let's go to ace empty. Slot hitches, 2205, 2205. So I guess we're going to leave that one as is. Okay. So I'm okay with that. We're going to have him do that. The only thing that worries me a little bit is we don't have... That's not going to be the safest zone beater. We may have to do this on the right hash. Dang it, I didn't think about that. Okay, we're going to have to do this off the right hash, which is fine. If that other receiver was sitting over there, it would work a little bit better. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go back to gun spread. Because that's just, I know that's where that go route is at. It's just easier for me. Do that. I like that one better. This is going to be a little out route. I'm going to go to gun trips over. I'm going to go to trips attack. I like this one a little bit better if we do that. And this is going to be my hitch. So I'm going to go gun normal. Where's our, let's see, what was it called? Is it not arrows, curls? So there's our stick concept. I can turn this into a flat if needed. I may be better off changing that to a flat. Let's change that to a flat. I think that'll work a little bit better. Let's go back to gun spread. Corner strike. That's just technically a flat. That's your stick. We could turn this into an arrow, like you said. R1 to an arrow. That I want to leave that as a stick concept like that. So this needs to be a man beater. So we're going to have the Ohio concept over here. I think that's probably the best decision. So let's do that. Let's do a basic out route for this guy. So this will be a right hash play. Do something like that. Okay. I like that pretty good. Now I'm going to change this to Y stick again. That'll be our Y stick out of gun 5 white. We're going to replace that. Save it again. Go over here. Make our notes. And we're going to go over to... What was it called again? Skinny post. Skinny post. And then we're going to go Y stick. And then I think what we're going to do, once we're almost done with this formation, we're going to go into the game. And we're going to test these 3 formations. And I think I'll call it a day for this stream. We're already about 2 hours in. I can do another stream of doing gun bunch and gun 2-back slot and such later. So let's go for both the wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. Then we got an out for wide receiver 3. Then we got hitch for wide receiver 5. Then we got a flat with wide receiver 4. And that's it. Okay, so now we got H, or halfback corner is next. Wheelie split in corners. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm an idiot. Let's go back. Let's go here. Gun 5 wide. Split in corners. I thought we already fixed. Oh, it's slot hitches. That's not skinny poach. It's slot hitches. So we're done. All right, good deal. So we are done with gun 5 wide. So I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to just exit out of this. I think we're done with that one for the day. And we're going to go to save. We're going to save, do that. We're going to select our ISO. Let me go to here. It is this one right here. And we're going to import it. And this is where I keep my plays, right? My ISO or my playbook files. Click that. We're going to come back over here and do that. Do that. We'll speed this up. And then we'll test some of this stuff. Hurry this thing along. Then we can actually see this thing in action. So I think we made quite a bit of progress today. I was due for fixing this stuff anyways. So let's go do that. So let's go to game modes. Let's go to practice. I'm going to pick a better team. Let's go Texas. They got plenty of bodies, and we need a better passing. Let's go. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Let's go Tennessee. Might as well. Let's go with my beloved Vols, and let's go up against a crappy team. It doesn't matter. South Carolina State. Might as well play in Neyland Stadium while we're doing all of this. A little ambiance. We can have a night game in Knoxville, all that good stuff. That should be correct in terms of my playbook. Let it do its thing here. And then we're going to look at some plays. Okay. Let's start off with gun trips. Corners. That is a right hash play. Let's go up against nickel. That's fine. Or dime. It doesn't matter. Do something like this. I'm going to bring it out to the 50 so I can read my... Looks like they're going man. And we can go over here perhaps. Let's see. I think they're going man again. They're going cover 0. Ooh, look at that play. Oh, we're going up against a terrible team. I didn't think about that. Either way, that's fine. I think all that works okay. Can I go over the middle? Maybe, kind of, sort of. Against man, or going man here again. Go over here. Okay, that works. I think that works okay. They're going zone. I can hit my hitch over here. That's good defense there. Try man one more time, going that. We go to the slant. I think that play works fine. I think that works okay. Next up, we got P. Reed. We can try some of that. Let me come over here. Now they're going zone. We'll have to go over here. Not bad. Or going zone again. Nothing over the middle. I could also run it if I want to. All that looks okay. They're going man. This is what I wanted to see. Bringing everybody. I could have gone to the deep crosser. I can go to that guy. Okay, I think that play works really well. I don't have to fool with that anymore. Next up, angle. The only thing we've changed here was a little hitch on the right side. So this is short side zone beater. We can go over here. Pick up whatever yards we can. Looks like they're going man. We got a ton of options here. Go to the out route. Pass interference. We can try it one more time. They're going man. They're bringing everybody this time. Go to a little fade route. Get a play there. I think all that looks really well. Zone. I'm going to try to hit this hitch one more time. Something like this. Pick up a solid 5 yards. I think that play works pretty well. We can move on to the next one. Let's see. Angle. Slot screen. The only thing I changed here was the out route over there. But we're going to go to our slot because it's zone. Go over here. Let me try it again. They're going, man, he's getting double teamed. We'll see if this will work or not. It worked just fine. Okay, yeah, that play looks okay. Let's go on to the next one. Wide receiver drag. The only thing I changed here was we'll stay on the right hash. They're going man. I like that guy right there. Did he interfere with the halfback? That's the only thing that worries me about that one. He's wide open there. Of course, we're going up against a very terrible team. I think all that worked pretty well. Halfback dive, P inside. We didn't have to fix that. Here's Y stick. They're going man. Cover one. No, oh, I went to the wrong guy. My bad. They went in zone. There they go. They're going zone here. We can hit the hitch. Ah, he got stuck. They're going man. Everybody's coming down. Let's see if we can hit the go route. Get 6 points there. I think all that works pretty well. Let's see. Clear out was one that was that one that we was kind of thinking about if it was going to work or not? I don't remember. Let's try it. They're going zone here. We can go to the wheel or to the swing. Looks like they're going man. Big hole over the middle. Boom, right there. That looks pretty good. They're going zone. Again, I don't see a hole. Yes, I kind of do right there. Just not a good throw. I think all that works pretty well, though. We can try it one more time. They're going man. Have to wait for that guy to get open a little bit. Good defense. All in all, though, I think that play works fine. That's okay. Slot cross. The only thing I changed there was to swing route, so I'm not going to test it. I know that works fine. Cross post. The only thing I changed here was that deep dig. We can try that. We can go here. They're going man. I'm glad they're doing that. That ain't good at all. They got close to each other. And they're going man again. Let's try this again. We got a guy over the middle, too. I mean, that'll probably work okay. Like if... You may have to hit it a little sooner like that. As soon as he makes his cut, that's where you hit him. So I think that worked out okay. Next up, we got... cross post, halfback out. I didn't change anything there. Double screens, QB off tackle. Halfback streak. I changed a few things here. This is going to be a left hash play. They're going man. We can hit this. Oh, he's wide open. We can go to that guy. I wonder if that's going to interfere with the comeback. Now, they're going zone. Ooh, my right tackle just got destroyed. And that's going to be intercepted. That's a good play there. So why did that get intercepted? They're going zone. Let's try that again. There we go. That's more like it. He just dropped it. Wasn't the best pass in the world. All right, let's go back to zone. That's a good defense there. Zone again. Not feeling a whole lot of heat. Look at that throw. Good job, Eric Ainge. Yeah, I think that play is going to work fine. They're going double blocks on this one, double coverage on the outside. I think that play works just fine, so we can move on to another one. Halfback string. Yeah, so we looked at every one of those. I think all those came out just fine. Let's go gun trips over for our next one. Slot corners. This was one that I had a little worries about. Let's try it. They're going zone. I don't see nothing over the middle. We can go here. So that wheel route and that hitch, I don't think they work all that well together. Let's try that one more time. You may have to wait a little bit. Something like that. And then you got a little bit more room, maybe. Zone. Is there a hole over the middle? Not really. That's okay. I think the wheel kind of slows it down a bit, maybe. Have to go over the top on this one. But that out route on the left should be fine. I don't think that's going to interfere with anything. Do something like that. I think that'll be okay. And if you want to play this off the left hash, you can. They're going man, so this may not work. This is double teamed. This is stupid on my part. He may catch it anyways. Yeah, he was just faster than everybody. Okay, they're going man here. What I'd probably do here is something like this. Get him out of the way, perhaps. Something like that. He just made a bad throw. But I think that play works okay. I could probably make it better, but I'm okay with it. PA inside, we didn't have to change. Trips attack. The only thing I changed here was a couple of different routes. Let's just go ahead and play this one. They're going zone. Only real option here is to go to the swing, and I threw that too early. They're bringing everybody. At least we got a simpler coverage zero beater over the top. Gives you a touchdown there. If you wanted to go to the tight end, which I didn't have to change the tight end. I did want to try one thing. We're going to go over here. That's a good throw there. I'm going to go to the right hash. They're going zone. They're going that. Can we get over his head? That was close. We'll try it again. They're going quarters here. We'll just go underneath. Holding. I think this play works fine. I think I made it a little bit better. We got, like I said, a better cover zero beater. And you can hit the post over the middle if needed. I think I'm okay with it. Let's go. Angle. This was one that another one we fixed. They're going man on this one. This is not a good play. Yep, or not a good pass. They're going man again. You can go back to the tight end. The only problem is he didn't get underneath that defender well. Do something like this. Hit the hitch. Just good pickup by the defender. We can go back over here to the halfback. I think all that works pretty well. They're going zone again. You can go back to the hitch. It's okay. I think it's fine. Let's go to the next one. Look at this is just a graphical thing. I'm not too worried about it. I could change it to something else better. For some reason, I thought we fixed that. It's clear out. Let me try that. There we go. It's supposed to be an out route. That looks more like it. But when you look at the play itself, when you go back to the play art, to this right here, that's supposed to be an out route, but it's not. I'm not too worried about that, though. But I think that play is going to work just fine. I'm not worried about it. Stretch, I know that's going to work just fine. PA read, I'm going to try that one. Let's go up against a 4-3. They're going zone. Cover 2. Boom! Great little play there. Those are fun to hit. Cover 2 again, but we can go to our halfback. Wow, he got a whole lot of space over there. Man, I'm going to try to hit this tight end. I don't know if this will work or not. Oh, that ain't going to work, I don't think. There was two. Now, I need to put a faster tight end in there. Let's put in Chris Brown. He's a little faster. I think there's just too much congestion over here. And they're going zone anyways. Okay, they're going man. Let's see if I can hit this again. And that could work if you throw it quickly enough. That's not too bad. It could probably work even better if you were, like, in the red zone. Something like this, maybe. And they're going man. Let's see if this worked or not. I threw that way too quick, or too early. That was my fault. I'm okay with that. I think one thing we may try to do is I may try to turn that to a, well, that already is PE read. That gets the halfback wide open, though. Well, I kind of like that. Okay, I think I'll leave it. I'm okay with it. Let's try something else. Stretch. We know that's going to work fine. Halfback out and then changing that there. Halfback streak. We can try. Again, I don't know if this out route with the tight end works as well when he's on the line. He's going up against the safety, so this may work even better. Yeah, that works really well. Good deal. It helps you if you got a tight end that's actually got some speed to him. We can do a rollout. That's going to be picked. It's not a good throw. Back to zone again. He's wide open over here. All right, pretty good looking play. Made it just a tad bit better. That's what we're trying to do here. Let's go. See, here's another slot screen. Apparently, when you do a tight end right there, it just looks goofy. I don't know if I'm going to go back and change or not. That doesn't bother me. I just want him to make the right route, and he does. Let's try this Y stick. Do something like this. We're going zone. Is he going to get open right there? Look at that. Hit that stick. Awesome. Now, I did not fix that. Why did I not fix that? I need to fix that. This is not working. I need to put gun trips over. Whatever this play is called. I need to go back and look at it. I did not get that fixed. I should fix that. We can do that at the end here. It is, which one is it? It's Y stick. I didn't change the tight end. I'm going to change for Y stick. That'll be the last thing we'll do when we get done. Slot screen. I think this will work just fine. We're going zone. We'll just go over here. I probably want a good idea to do a juke on an impact guy. We're going man. Get that over to the tight end quick enough. He may score a touchdown. Yeah, that play works fine. We can try corners. I know that's going to work fine because that's the exact same thing we've done with that other play from gun trips. P inside, slot cross. Okay, I think we fixed all those. So last but not least is gun 5 wide. Let's go to it. Slot clear. Let's go against dime this time. Bring this one over here. They're going zone. A lot of crazy blitzing on that one. We'll go there. They're going zone again. Yes. Wide open over the middle. I love hitting that route. Anything over the middle is so fun in this game. Everybody and their brother's coming. I'm going to go to this guy instead. I could have went to the go route, but we'll go to him. I think every bit of this works really well. Ooh, that was kind of tight. I may, that's okay, I think. I got hit as soon as I threw it. They're blitzing everybody and their brother on this one. I think we're going to go to the slot over there. Look at that throw. Great play by Ainge. That play works okay. Slot seam. Let's try that one. This should be interesting. Let's bring this one over. They're going zone. We'll go to the hitch. That's a face mask. They're going zone again. Go over here. Not a whole lot. Zone again. We can try that. You got another zone beater. That's cool. Now they're going cover zero. This is what I wanted to see. You go to that guy right there. That's the whole point of it. That was a great route change right there. They're going man again. Cover one. Go over here. Get a decent play there. All right, that's a good little play. What's the next one? Flood. We didn't change anything there. Zig outs. We just changed that to a post. I can go up like against basic cover 2 zone. We'll see if this works okay. That's the whole point of that one. Not bad. I can try that again. Maybe less pressure this time. Something like that. Oh, he drops it. That's going to work just fine. That's probably one of my favorite plays in the formation. So let's go back to slants. We can try that one. Go over here. They're going zone. We'll go to the flat. When the flat doesn't get stuck on itself, it's a great route. Going man here, you can go over there. Great play. Little pick action. Cover zero. You can go to the big old cross over the top. Something like that. Man again. Cover zero. Do something like that. Can you get over it? Ah. Either way, that looks like a really good play. Next up, comebacks. This should be interesting. They're going zone. Good play there. They're going man, I think. Nope, back to zone. I'm seeing cover 2. Look at this play. Look at that play. Now they're going man. I can try cover 1. Go to that guy. I threw a little too late. Zone. Looks like cover 2 again. Ooh, I can hit that guy. I don't think I hit that too late. We can try that one more time. They're going back to man. Comeback worked pretty well there. Okay, I think that worked fine. Last but not least, I guess we got a few more. Curl flats, I think that's going to work fine. Double screen, we didn't change anything there. Assault, we can try this on the right hash. Something like this. They're going zone. And he's just sitting there. That may not get open as often. I'm going to try this corner route from the slot. Something like that. Look at that throw. Awesome throw. Great throw. You don't see many corner routes from the slot in this game. Deep outs, we didn't really change anything there, except we changed that post. I know that's going to work fine. Deep post, we can try that corner route that we fixed or that we put in there. Cover 2, zone. You can roll out, make that a little bit better, something like that, give you a touchdown. Good play there. Everything else was the same from before. Slot outs, we didn't change anything. Slot fade, we changed just like one thing. We can try that. They're going man. We can go to the out route. That was the new route. Everything else should work just fine. They're going cover 1. Go over here. Back to cover 1, it looks like. He's being double teamed, so we'll go back to the slant. I think that play works just fine. Let's go quick crosses. We can try that. We can try it from the left hash. They're going man. Nope, they're going zone. My bad. Come over here. Get a block right there. Get a block right there. Get a block right there. Almost got a touchdown. Zone again. Back to... Oh, they're going man. My bad. I'm not even reading it correctly. Let's try it again. They're going man. Here we go. They're going cover 1 this time. We can go to the fade route. That deep cross or that deep fade. It's a crossing route. It's an arrow route technically, but it's technically a fade route as well. I kind of like a lot of that right there. That's very, look at this cover one beater. That's a great cover one beater. I may have to start thinking about using that route more. Oh my gosh. Let's go back. Let me try that again. I'm going to select this play. Where's it at? Quick crosses. Let's do a cover one. Now watch triangle against cover one. Like that. The biggest thing here is the safety. This guy right here can't get over there in time. So when you come over there, he just can't get over there. It's a true one-on-one situation. So a slot fade is probably your best route, that route right there. Hot dang, I may have just found something. Awesome. Let's try that one more time. Now, I know I'm going up against a terrible team, but he can't get over there in time. That's not a very good throw. He still caught it. Okay, that excites me. I may get into that a little bit later. Let's go wheelies. I think that's going to be, this will probably be a right hash. Let's try that. They're going man. And they're doing that. He's open. Don't fumble it. Zone. One thing that worries me about this, I don't think anybody's going to be open. Yeah, that's what worries me. I don't have a deep zone or short zone beater. Do something like this again. You can hit this arrow. Awesome. I'm okay with all that. I did see one that looked goofy, but again, that's a graphical thing. That has nothing to do with the play. But you go back to Y stick. They're going zone. We can go to the flat, get us something there. They're going man. We can go to either go route since they're going cover zero. Can he get it? Good play there. I think every bit of that looks good. And that is it for the all five wide. So I'm okay with every bit of that. The only thing I'm going to change is that gun trips over tight end thing. So let me just go fix that really quick. We'll go gun trips over. And we'll go Y stick. And this route needs to be a whole lot different. I may do like a deep out with him or something. Or a go route, something. We may just do a go route. That may be better. Or a wheel route would maybe be really cool. Let's try a wheel route. Let's do the one from, let's go gun spread. Slot wheels. Let's try that. That'll be interesting. So I'm going to do a wheel route for him. So let me go make my notes. That is gun trips over Y stick. The tight end is going to get a wheel. So we're going to go wheel. Tight end, comma, and that should be it. Now, I'm not going to go in there and do this again. I'm not going to go in there and test it. I feel like that's going to work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and save this really quick. And then I'm going to be out here. Now is a good time to ask me anything before I head out. Because I'm pooped. I've done 2 live streams. I've done my first live stream over on Twitch. And I've done a live stream right here with you all working on this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and save this again. We're going to go ahead and back and import it so I don't forget it. Playbooks version 3. All right. Anybody else got anything? Now's the time, or otherwise I am out of here. I'm hungry. I'm tired. And I don't want to think about anything except for like House of the Dragon. That's the last episode's coming out tonight. I got to watch it. It's only 5:42. So I got plenty of time before that hits. So I'm going to save this. I want to see how many we fixed today. I think I only had a handful of things fixed here. Let me look and see. It is 44-ish. So I think we've done a good job today. Do I have to go to the bathroom? Not really, not technically. But I am hungry, so that's what I'm going to start doing. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody who showed up for this. I thought it'd be fun just kind of get together. You can see my process for handling a lot of that. And that gets me one step closer to finishing version 3. I'm going to try to do like another 50 plays. I still got to work on Gun Bunch. And I have it sitting over here. No, I exited out of it. I got to do Gun Bunch, Gun 2-back slot, and I'm going to try to add a couple more things before I get that one released. That may be another month before I do so, but it'll happen eventually. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.